This is Chelsea, giving you practical tips for pup clips. Today, this amazing Yorkie Bimpy and I will show you the trademarks of a Yorkie groom. He gets a short clip all over with a Yorkie face. I've been grooming Bimpy for around 10 years now. I groomed him at the corporate shop, then they followed me to the private shop where I worked, and then now here they are in my home business. They're the best, and this boy is so good. I'm gonna give him a light brushing all over before I begin. Even in the short clips, I do still always begin with a brush out. Always look out for new bumps on your senior pets, which pains me to call him a senior, because wow, I can't believe we've been together that long. Use the bath and dryer to help you find those bumps and lumps ahead of time. I'm using my 3/4 inch blade on top of his head. The yellow 5/8 clip comb would be a close length if you don't have this blade. I don't run it in reverse over his head, but I go with the grain of the hair. He's getting his winter cut right now, so we're doing a 1/4 inch clip comb all over with the vac. Without the vac, this is close to a 4 blade all over. A Yorkie's hair lies so straight that it can be difficult to get the length off of their legs, but the clipper vac sucks that hair up and makes it so much easier. You'll see a good example here soon. If you don't have a vac and have someone that wants shorter legs on their Yorkie, you can do a reverse blade up them or against the grain of the hair to help.
I wanna know your dark side. I wanna know your secrets. I wanna be your lifeline. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Tell me you're more than just a highlight. Pretty pictures on the outside.
Right here is a good example to show you how that clipper back just really helps pull up that hair all the way down the leg and get it nice and short.
Wait for you, wait for me. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Oh, oh, this ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial. This ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial.
I wanna know you inside and out. Wanna know what's behind the light. Wanna feel that real love from within. Let me in. I want real love, real hearts. You're just enough to get me through, get me through. 'Cause you're officially perfect for me. So wait for you, wait for you.
Up all night thinking, passing the time, anxiously waiting. You're mine, losing and winning. You can't get it right. Hoping you see me.
I have now pulled out my Buttercut number 7 blade to clean up any long hair in the armpits and then the sanitary area. With the vac, you can open the regulator to reduce the suction so you don't suck skin flaps up into the vac.
Sinking, will you love me?
Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you.
Addicted to you.
Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Oh, oh, this ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial. This ain't love, no, no. This ain't love.
A lot of dogs obviously don't care too much for this, so if you're having trouble getting under the tail of a dog that doesn't want to stand up, you can put your arm underneath them like this and hold the tail up with that hand, and then you can do it. To tip the ears, I use a number 10 blade on the outer tip of the ear. Fold the ear down and make a straight cut across the tip, roughly a quarter or a third of the way down the ear. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. For the inside of the tipped ear, use a number 30 or 40 blade, and as you guys know, I prefer my 30. And do the same thing on both ears. You're going to be careful not to catch that ear leather in the blade. Your angle does matter, so keep the ear flat while you're shaving it by placing fingers behind it and run that flat against the ear leather and not into the side.
Words don't come straight from the head to my mind.
I'm going to keep that 30 or 40 blade on and switch straight over to the paw pads. By this point, if I didn't have a clipper vac on, I would definitely need to pause and cool my blade with some coolant. Thanks to the vac, I've had the same can of coolant for about 5 years, and I use it for disinfectant more than I do coolant, actually. Isn't he such a good Yorker? I love this boy. If the dog doesn't mind, you can use a number 10 blade to clean up their eye corners so there is less to scissor later. But some dogs don't like the clippers that close to their eyes, especially with the vac. So if they don't worry about doing this. A lot of groomers don't like doing this. There can be pros and cons to doing this. It can be a little irritating for dogs that aren't used to it, skin-wise that is, but it is a really nice way to get that area very clean. I definitely don't do this on every dog, so you do have to be careful. To cut in the lines of a Yorkie face, we are going to start where we made the lines on the ears. Where you cut straight across that ear leather, you're going to use as a starting point to cut all the fluffy hair in front of and behind the ears. You're also going to clean up everything that's in the ear, but that little fluff that's in front of the ear you don't want to take completely off. You just want to make sure you even up the line from where you started on top of the ear leather. You'll shape this line from the back of the ear down to the jawline. At the top, your line will blend into the ear leather. You'll want to clean up most of the sticky outies all around the ear and blend down the back of the head. So here's what the line should look like as you blend it into the ear leather. Always hold that ear firmly, as one wrong twitch can mean a cut, and we want to avoid that at all costs. Once the ear looks nice and tidy with clean cut lines, move down to the chin and trim everything around the mouth. Get that flue or the discolored hair around the mouth and any hair going into the mouth trimmed short. I prefer a short mouth and chin for hygiene and practical purposes. Same as what we did on the ear, we are going to be sure to keep a firm grip on the mouth so you don't get an accidental snip on a peekaboo tongue. Once the chin is short, you'll blend the rest of the face from the mouth up to the ear, basically connect the dots. Then we'll copy and paste all this on the opposite side of the face. I want to take everything under the chin here down to blend between the head and body. You're going to keep pulling or combing the hair down until it all looks about the same length underneath. We don't want a bobblehead, so on a short clip like this, you're going to have kind of a short head too to match.
Don't say we can't, oh, just don't say another word. These thoughts you've imagined aren't real, aren't adding up. You fetched your ideas from nowhere, all from another world.
You also trim the visor, or the hair hanging over the eyes, and can tidy up the top of the head with chunkers. Be careful with chunkers on Yorkie hair. Sometimes it makes it choppy and takes that nice line away. Only use your chunkers on little outer parts of the hair at a time, and be careful using them on the sides of the face. You don't want to trim up vertically on the side of the face too much, or you could make some ugly chops that you can't fix.
One day the sun's gonna rise again, so don't pout for our sake, 'cause this ain't the end.
If you're familiar with grooming Yorkies, you might understand what I'm going through here with him cocking his head at a 90-degree angle. For some reason, this is really common for Yorkies. It's like a passive-aggressive way of saying they don't agree with what you're doing, but they'll put up with it on their own terms. The nice thing about this connect the dots type of method for grooming a Yorkie face means that as long as you work on each section of the face using the principles of where to set the lines and then blending between long and short sections, you'll almost always come out with a nice even face, even if while you're trimming you don't get to look at them square on. You can see Bimpy cocks his head most of the rest of the time I'm trimming his face, but when I'm all done and step back to take a look, it all ends up looking pretty nice and even. You do always want to make sure after you're done you take that step back to look and make sure everything looks even, that there's nothing crazy sticking out.
He's not gonna cry again. Without doubt, it's my say, if all's gonna mend. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, 'cause this ain't the end. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, 'cause this ain't the end.
Use your finger to cover the ear leather when trimming this close. You can trim everything inside the ears pretty short, but leave some of that fringe on the outer layer of the hair where we set our lines on the tips of the ears earlier.
We both know that one day they're just gonna try again. Without doubt, it's our say, if all's gonna mend. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, 'cause this ain't the end. I need a scarecrow after what you did, 'cause all of the birds know that I'm almost dead. I'm barely breathing, I'm barely awake. You left me in pieces, there's no more to break. Don't wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. I need an angel after what you did. 'Cause you were the devil, you messed with my head. You lied to my mother, you lied to my friends. You said that you'd be there, but this never ends. Don't wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost. You're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips. You're just a ghost inside my head. Oh, you're just a ghost inside my head.
You can see here I took this area just a bit too short, so I'm trying to soften that little missing spot there by neatening up the line with my chunkers. I'm careful to get under the chin short and make sure nothing's hanging down. I'm giving him a nice nail grind, getting those nails as short and smooth as possible. Yorkies, like a lot of small dogs, can be prone to luxating patellas, which means I give him lots of extra support when working on his back nails. I'll use my forearm to support underneath of him while holding his back legs in the most natural position I can while doing the nails.
My head in my hands, listen up, says my teacher. in front of the class. You says if you're not a believer, reviews that's on you. Better shape up.
I'm showing you here when you're working on this side of the body that I can use my arm here to put counterweight on the grooming loop so that he can pull backwards but won't be able to slip out and won't be choking himself. He's pretty good, but this hold's especially helpful for dogs who are really wiggly or prone to slipping out of the loop.
Propaganda, how do you do? Better than I like my own medicine for you. Never gonna make them think I'll stand there.
For this side, I can loop my arm underneath him to hold his foot for extra support while doing his back leg. I'll do the same thing for his front leg too.
Don't mind if I do. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. Hand it John, now let loose. Don't mind if I do.
Gonna loop my arm under him again for his front leg. Again, like most small dogs, Yorkies are also prone to trachea issues, so I always recommend putting that groom loop around the neck with one front leg through as well, so the pressure falls on their chest rather than their throat if they decide to pull, which they will.
Propaganda, how do you do? For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. Hand back John, now let loose. Don't mind if I do. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. Hand back John, now let loose. Don't mind if I do.
You can see I've trimmed down to these little dots, and that is the quick. Then I rounded the nail all around it to make it smooth. I always feel each nail with my thumb as I go to make sure I didn't miss any jagged edges. Also, you might notice the hand I'm dremeling with resting the thumb on the dog's paw. That is on purpose. It gives you more control over the Dremel and helps you apply the right pressure as well as follow the dog's movements. If you don't do that, give it a try and you'll see the difference right away. If your dog is wiggling, you can put your elbow back into the grooming loop, like I'm doing here, in order to act as a sort of groomer helper. Just wanted to give you another look at how this can help. He's actually wiggling now only because he knows he's done, so he's like, "What are you doing, lady?" But you can see how he can't back up, can't go anywhere. It is helpful for that. I am just gonna finish up by trimming these legs and feet. As we did a short length on him all over already, all that's mostly left is a little bit around his toenails. He's really not a fan of me trimming his nails all over again, or so he thinks. So he's being a little wiggly for that. We always are just going to use a very light touch. We're only trimming hair, so as long as you're using a light touch, even if you accidentally snag more than just hair in there, you can just easily back off and won't have any problems. I'm just going to continue pulling the hair up from between the toes, anything that's sticking down in there. And then I'll tidy up anything sticking out on his legs, but there's not a whole lot. He's such a good Yorker. Look at him. For each leg, I'm going to be sure to get the front, back, inside, and outside of each leg and foot. If you do a pretty thorough job with the clippers, there really shouldn't be much left with the scissors, which is nice. You can hold at the elbow joint here if they aren't caring for their legs being trimmed and are jerking a little bit. That kind of helps lock the leg so that they can't jerk and hurt themselves on accident. Gonna give his ears a quick clean out. Just looking at the face one last time, sniffing anything that doesn't look quite even. Gonna take our step back and take a look, make sure everything's looking good. And he's pretty cute, so we're gonna call him done. Somebody's show ready to go. But I have to get my lovin's first. And he says, oh, okay, there you go. Can we go now? He's such a good boy. Thanks for watching. May your grooming be blessed.